Okay, y'all. So I came back on here because I was closing out the reading and I was putting up the cards, and something was like, I had said that I was probably gonna meditate on the cards before I put them up because I didn't want my battery to die. So that's exactly what I did. And I put the phone on the charger for a little bit. It only has a little bit of battery left on it, but y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, but I don't mean to get so emotional, but I gotta just be 100. Yes, I do. I mean to get emotional. I'm feeling it. Okay. When I was shuffling and meditating on the energies, the mother card came out, and I don't know who she is in this deck, but it was talking about healing the relationship between the mother. Oh my God, I just want to cry because I can't remember the card. Oh, y'all, and then the sacred marriage card. Remember I told y'all the sacred marriage card show up, and it says you are your own twin flame. Spiritual wholeness leads to new experiences of intimacy and love. Okay, I don't want to focus on that right now because I'm so emotional. But the divine masculine showed up here, and I'll read in the card, y'all. I'm so, oh my God, I don't know. Y'all gotta excuse me, but it talks about being a conduit for awakening the masculine energy and healing the father's wound. Now, mind y'all, as I was shuffling and meditating on the energy earlier, it was about healing the mother and the relationship with the mother, and I was getting emotional because my mom was transitioned, and she was letting me know I'm with you, but at the same time, I still had another layer of, just the healing part of it, and I was sharing that with you guys in the message, and so I was saying, I didn't go so deep in it, but my dad doesn't live here. And to just get really transparent with you guys, I didn't grow up with my father. I thought my stepfather was my father for a long time, and I saw him a couple of times and I didn't see him anymore. Now, none of this is bleeding over in the reading, but I'm just being transparent with you guys. And so I didn't find him again until 1995 or 96. And the Holy Spirit told me where to find him at and where to call. I didn't have an investigate, but I always in my heart, because he came and told me he was my father when I was 7, and he spent a little time with me, took me shopping, and then I didn't see him anymore. Now I was 7 years old. So my stepfather at the time had went to prison. And my biological father had showed up, and then he wasn't there anymore. And I was really close to my stepfather, in spite of how dysfunctional he might have been. Because remember, the dysfunctional family showed up. My stepfather, he's on the other side. My mom is too. But the ancestors is in the cards. But my father is here. And one of my desires has always been to, help the collective heal. Like, I wanted to see families heal. And I didn't have a great inner awareness of how deep the pain and the just the woundedness went in regards to myself, and just the things that I had to go through, and having to be on my own at such a young age, at 14, and not feeling supported. But I realized that was a part of God's plan for my life. When I see this judgment card here with a new spiritual story, it's like I'm on this awakening, I'm on this journey. I was an orphan. I showed up here, but I didn't look like that because I didn't end up in the system, but I was living on the streets with friends. And I always thought I could save people, so maybe your story may be a little bit like mine, but my father is here, y'all. So I'm gonna read the card with y'all. But he was here, and I was like, let me focus on work. Let me focus on work. But the work has been so much even more about me, and that's why I can't demonize tarot. I just gotta keep it 100 with y'all. Like, it's been helpful to me. It has anything you can make it out of evil, and anything you can. I'm not gonna say anything you can make it out of good, but they take good things and turn it into something evil. But it's been like healing in a box for me, and I just want to share my story, and maybe it can help you guys. But I'm not going to get into reading who he was. I'm just going to share with you the story. It says, your purpose is to activate the divine masculine on earth. This was one of the visions I had years ago, back in 2013. And I can remember it was men everywhere. And it was like I was over this dome, and there was water, and I was pouring this water over them. And inside the dome, that water, it was cleansing them. And it was a big dome, like, you know, like a stadium. And it was men of all ages, and they were just, you know, healing. And they were healing their issues with their trauma with their fathers. And oh my God, it was something. But I could remember having a vision of washing people's feet, and I didn't understand that meant like serving. Like, this is a part of serving, because, you know, I feel like from the church I learned that you felt like you gotta be perfect in front of people, and that's not the case, because I'm not in this human experience. Like, I'm made from perfection, but I still am flawed. Grew up in toxicity, and maybe that's your story too. But we are healing, guys. I'm telling you all, we are healing. And so it says, this mission, your mission, your purpose is to activate the divine masculine, the men in the earth, or those who are women that operate in a divine masculine energy strongly. But it says, this mission will take you into numerous life lessons and personal trials as you heal your own heart and awaken to your spiritual wisdom. I'm telling y'all, this is the journey I've been on. Okay, you have the capacity to lead by example and become a noble teacher for others. You, divine feminine, divine masculine, you have the ability and the capacity to lead by example and to become a noble teacher for others. By whatever you do, you're teaching them. If you're a mom full-time, if you're a dad full-time, wherever you work at, people are watching you. And especially children, they're watching us, okay? And so, oh my gosh, I got so emotional, guys. But y'all, my family, I gotta keep it 100, okay? But when this card shows up, when it appears, it's a powerful message of healing through personal responsibility and stepping up to sacred duty. You're healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men, but can be present in men or women. But can be present in women or other gender identities. All right. I don't know what the other gender identities is, but okay, you're healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men, but can be present in women or other gender identities. Whatever gender you identify with. That's what I meant. I admit it. That went over my head for a second. The elevator could be a little slow going up sometimes, y'all. But again, I don't miss a beat. Okay, listen. Examples of wounded masculine energy are fear of being vulnerable. I was so vulnerable with you guys. Living only in your head. This is where you were. But you walked away from this 10 of Wands. Being stuck in your emotions. I can't pick the card up. Yes, I can. I can do all things through my higher self, the Spirit of God. Greater work shall you do within me, the Christ within me. For whatever you choose to believe, but you coming out of this place of anxiety, overthinking, mental illness, you know, whether they wanted you to be stuck, you recognize that the power lives within you. All right? So you're out of this energy because it was magic involved to keep you there. Manipulation, mind control. You might have been in a narcissistic like connection, you know, that was really just mind-blowing to you. Kind of like really sent you into a very dark space. I have. But I don't want to talk about that tonight because I done cried enough about my my daddy. But my father is here, guys. He's in town with me, and I was kind of like in my own space because it's like I said, you know, it's coming up on it's just 2 months. But my son is all around me like, Mommy Hill, you moving to calmer waters. Come on, fight. I see you staying in that, you know, that motivating yourself. You're not allowing yourself to get sunken, but you got to also deal with some stuff. You know, like how this book just said, you're going to have trials, you know, life lessons, personal, you know, trials. But you've been healing. So, guys, I want you to know you moving through it. I don't care what you've been through. All right? I don't care what you've been through. You are healing the wounded masculine energy. All right? The men in your life are healing. The sons in your life are healing. The masculine energy within you, divine feminine, is healing. Divine masculine that's highly in their feminine energy that needs healing in their masculine energy, you are healing. I decree it and declare it. We're all coming up. I'm not trying to preach, but I'm just keeping it 100 with you. This is what these cards say, and I feel it at the core for myself. And I know that many of you guys, whether you hear this message tomorrow, next year, 2 years, whenever you hear it, this message is for you because somewhere we all have to heal both the divine feminine and masculine energies. We all have a lot of forgiving to do with our parents. Some of you guys have great stories and you don't have that story. Maybe this message isn't for you, but those of you who do relate, whether it's my children, godchildren, nephews, whoever, you all are going to come into a space where you're going to be seeing more peace and balance and harmony in your connections. All right? In your relationships with your parents, whether they crossed over or whether they're still here. But examples of wounded masculine energy are fear of being vulnerable, living only in your head, an inability to be present, numbing yourself with addictions. For those who, you know, felt like you just wanted to numb all of what you're feeling because maybe you're a divine masculine and you felt like, you know, you looked at as weak to cry. And I just feel like that is really whack. 13-12, 13-13 on the clock. 13-16 may be significant to you. 26-62 may be significant to you. The number 10-13 may be significant to you. 11-13 may be significant to you. You might have been in this, you know, this nurturing like energy. And you found yourself, you know, feeling blocked and insecure for a very long time because you didn't get the validation and the upright bringing in your home life. Maybe your family was, you know, broken and divorced, or maybe they stayed together but it was toxic. Whatever it was, allow yourself to heal because it'll show up through addictions. You know, it'll show up in people that are broken, who are toxic and looking for people to just drain on. These people that are energy vampires, people who want to drain your battery because you're wounded and you still got mommy daddy issues, you know. Or maybe you're being driven by your ego. The ego is necessary, so we don't got to judge the ego. And there's no judgment here. We're in a judgment-free zone over here. But you are heeding the call, man. So whether it's controlling or dominating others and emotionally being unavailability, Whatever it is, whether they were sending this at you, whether you felt it being projected, whether it was something that you had to take accountability for within yourself, you are healing it. And you're learning to be okay with you. You are a soul teacher. Or maybe a soul teacher is coming into your life that's embodying the divine masculine qualities. Women, divine feminine, there's going to be some divine masculines that show up. And that you got to be ready to trust them. And they're going to be ready to have clear communication and understanding, connection. They're going to be emotionally intelligent. They are going to know how to psychically self-defense themselves. And they are manifesting these connections. You had a lot that were there on toxic assignments, but it was only to show you the power that really resides in you, which is one. And you get to decide every time whether or not it's going to be, you're going to choose the lower vibe, your south node. Sometimes it's necessary. And it's no judgment, but whatever you do, just know that it comes with consequences. No judgment, no fear. I'm trying to interject. But many of you guys are coming out of these dysfunctional families. I just wanted to come back on here and share this part because that was one of the cards, which was the divine masculine. And he's so handsome. So some of you guys are really restoring the relationship with your father. He's a very handsome man. He probably has a beard. Or maybe he doesn't have a beard. Or maybe the guy that you're in love with, he's going to show up with a nice beard, nice trim. Real handsome, though. These divine masculines are ready to do the inner work. And that's what I got to see. That's what I got to see. I was telling y'all something about that song where it said, breathe. They wanted you to be haunted in your dreams. But many of you guys are going to be receiving bouquets of roses. Because you cut the ties. You cut the cords of draining, heartless, soul-tied, and unbalanced energy. You're not trying to rescue them anymore. You said, I got to rescue myself. 17:13 on the clock. You said, I got to rescue myself. 54 may be significant to you. But the Gemini, King of Swords, here showed up. The Queen of Cups. And y'all, I'm going to just connect with the rest of the cards later. Because I need to get off. It's 12:54. And I could not finish this without it. But I am going to share the last few cards that was out of this deck. But the Sacred Marriage, honey, I opened up to that one. And so it says you are your own twin flame, honey. Mary Magdalene, okay? You are your own twin flame. You are a powerful spiritual teacher with a mission to bring the Shekinah feminine force of divinity to humanity. Y'all, I'm about to cry. Oh my God. You so beautiful. Y'all, this is what y'all are bringing. You a spiritual teacher. You teach everywhere you go. You may not call yourself a spiritual teacher. You may not be into anything spiritual, but your light, your love, your heart, people learn from you. They watch you. They learn from your feminine energy. You're a force of divinity to humanity, okay? Type that in the chat. I'm a force of divinity to humanity. I can't even stop y'all because I want to just keep pouring. Clear the vibrational imprint of past lovers through energy work. You're clearing out the imprint of past lovers. Listen, you're kicking them out of your energy. That's all I kept hearing them say because I sure was saying it. You're kicking them out of your energy. Some of you guys are working on your relationships and couples therapy. This is my therapy. But I did, I have actually sought with, talking to somebody, but I feel like this has been very therapeutic for me. But it is always good to have, a mediator, especially if you're in a couple connection. But many of you guys are having a renewal in your connections. And it's saying incorporate, a sacred ritual into your love life. And remember that you are whole and complete. And it says, I am ready to create sacred experience of intimacy. Oh my gosh, y'all. Holy Spirit, God, you are so amazing. It says, before you can experience sacred marriage with another, you need to come home to your own inner twin flames. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I said earlier. I said, you done found yourself. Some of y'all may be really into going back to wearing your natural hair. Your guy may have short dreads or an afro. You know, but you guys, y'all, when y'all see each other, y'all see yourselves in one another. But ultimately, you had to start seeing this within yourself. You're in sync with yourself. You got to see your own inner twin flame. And you got to heal those mommy and daddy issues. Else they're going to show up in your connections. That's the only way you'll be able to say goodbye to the toxic connections. You know, of past lovers, the imprint. Somebody left their imprint and they was trying to keep you in it in magic and spells too. By sending a bunch of toxic folk in your way for you to get the lesson. But you got to keep going. You're going to keep experiencing the lesson until you pass it. But she gives you a red rose, her symbol of the beloved, to signify that you're choosing the sacred marriage inside yourself first. Oh my God, collective. We found it in ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. These divine collectives are finding it in themselves. And in perfect timing, you'll merge with a partner who reflects your own completeness. In perfect timing, you'll merge with a partner who reflects your own completeness. So don't be sad. Don't allow yourself to feel insecure. Don't think that you're blocked. Stay nurturing yourself. Live in your sensuality and your beauty. Find the beauty from within. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Don't wait for someone else to tell it to you. Start seeing it, all the stuff that you criticize about yourself. Don't keep doing it. Love on yourself. Some of you guys are full-figured. You know, I can see you. You could really be really thick. You know, you may be mixed, or you may just be of I don't know what you call it, but I've been saying Anglo-Saxons, but my white community, you know, you may be, you know, really voluptuous, really beautiful. You may have brown hair. You might have done some highlights to your hair. You may be of the Spanish community. 22, you may be 22, 45. But you know, you are merging with your partner, and he's going to reflect your own completeness, what you feel complete within yourself already. So trust that your heart knows what it's doing at this time. I'm saying this word again, but the full word, because I saw sync earlier, or synergy, but it's synergetic here. But so you may use that word a lot, but you guys are going to be in sync with each other. But trust that your heart knows what it's doing at this time, collective. You know, you are building a synergetic experience of true love that leads the world to higher consciousness. Oh, God, I feel that. Oh, my gosh, I feel that. I'm aware of that lower side. I'm all indoctrinated in it. I've seen so many sides of it. But I so feel us moving into this higher consciousness, guys. And it took a long time to build it, but we built this legacy of wealth. We understand that it is not based off of what we see external, but it is energy, and we are forever expansive. We come from abundance, but we can choose to be abundant, or we can choose to be in poverty. And we had to learn, because we kept bumping our heads because we weren't learning from the past mistakes. But then we started to wake up, and, you know, we started synergizing with each other and recognizing that we were all connected. We're all in soul family with each other. And that brought us out of that conflict to where we're resolving the conflict within our own families and within ourselves first. We're having to embrace the inner conflict within ourselves. and then the inner conflict that was being projected on us. And we fought very hard. We've had to face things head on. We couldn't no longer just give attention to the haters, because we recognized that we were going to have haters, critics, and fans, okay? You moving in a season where you're going to have haters, critics, and fans. You might have had just haters, but you creating some fan base. You guys are going global with the world card here. You guys are achieving success in your connections and your companionship within yourself first, because you're healing, you're heeding to the call within yourself, and you're having a loving exchange within yourself. You're going back into that childlike nature where you're not taking things so serious, but you are protecting yourself. You know that you are truly protected because the Avenger, ArchAngel Michael, the Avenger card showed up to get rid of all this energy, but to show you that you don't have to stand and be afraid of any bully. So come out, step into your purpose, come out of the shadows. You are in your season, and I am going to come back on at some point tomorrow with just it'll be a new reading, but it'll be the final cards that was left that I had read. But I had to read this. So the divine feminine and the divine masculine is all over this connection, over this reading. And we are also healing in our families. We are healing in our families. We are transforming our relationships and bringing balance and harmony into our families. We're walking away from these 10 of Wands, karmic-like energies. Again, happy birthday to the Geminis. To all my Geminis, I love you guys. Stay out of your head. Stay balanced. Stay in tune from within. Don't allow the creeper dreepers to enter and seep into your, crown. Keep yourself protected. You know what I mean? Don't buy into the fear and pain and dread. Don't buy into the illusion, but stay intentional about what it is that you want to experience. I am the girl you can trust, Tarot, and I am so thankful that you guys joined me. Until next time, look out. Y'all be checking me out for my lives, because I've been doing lives. I've been trying to get more familiarized with y'all, but I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing night. Thank you. Bye-bye.